Welcome back to the Bluegrass on this beautiful April afternoon. I'm out with Maggie and Colt. Colt is an awesome 5-month-old Labrador Retriever, and Maggie is an awesome 5-month-old curly-coated Retriever. Okay. Now, what we're going to talk about today is how people, sometimes can end up unhappy even when they have awesome dogs. Now, I'm not talking about these particular dogs' owners, because these particular dogs' owners, they're very happy with them because they're awesome, I really like having them here at the kennel because everybody loves them. They're great with old people. They're great with little kids. They're just really fun to have around, okay? These dogs meet my expectations in every way, and you know how I always say that the key to happiness is having met expectations. All right, but I get a lot of emails from people who have what in a lot of circumstances would be considered great dogs who are just a little bit unhappy, and the owners are looking for some kind of special like training technique or management technique that's gonna bring out the best in their dog. Okay. We'll take retrievers for instance, because I deal with a lot of retrievers. Now you can apply this thought exercise to any dog, but we're going to talk about retrievers. When people contact me about getting a dog, okay, I ask them to make a list of what's important to them. And right off the bat, most of the people who watch my content, they're pretty social people. So they would like to get a dog that's gregarious and outgoing, super friendly in all circumstances so that they can be taken to the soccer game, they can be taken to the family picnic, they can be taken to the old folks home, whatever, any social situation that we put them in, we want the dogs to be able to adapt, come on there, and do well. Now the second thing that pops up a lot of times, because the kind of people that contact me are busy, is they want a dog that's really easy to train and manage. Okay? So they want to be able to put in just a reasonable amount of work in the early formative stages, okay? And they want to be able to do a reasonable amount of exercise and have a dog that'll come when you call it and be still when you tell it and have good manners from the neighbor's perspective, but still have enough, energy to get out and do some weekend adventuring. Okay. And so when we're talking, I'm trying to make sure that I understand the picture that they're painting in their head. Okay. But sometimes, and I'm sure this has happened to you about something in your life, sometimes the picture that you've painted in your head, okay, and the picture that you think you've clearly articulated to someone that you're doing business with or someone that you're in a relationship with, okay, there's some aspect of that picture that the other party is not privy to, okay? Now, so if we were talking about retrievers, here's the one that, normally pops up and kind of gets us. People say, hey, Stonnie, I'm in agreement with you about getting a dog that's friendly and outgoing for my situation. And I say, well, that's awesome, that's great. Let's really look at these retrievers. I like this kind of retriever and that kind of retriever. And then they say, all right, well, I want to make sure I pick a bloodline that is easy to train and easy to live with. I said, I got you. You can go back and watch my videos and you can see a lot of these dogs, we call them English Chubbies. They're like really outgoing, they're really friendly, they're easy to train and easy to live with. And the person's like, all right, that sounds great, that's awesome, okay? And this happens to a lot of people, get by retrievers. They want friendly and outgoing, they want easy to live with, they want easy to train, okay? And when they're talking to breeders, when they're talking to dog trainers, when they're talking to their family, okay, that's what they're describing, that's what they're articulating. But somewhere in that picture is a little something that they don't clearly articulate, okay? Which is they also want the dog to be a great retriever, okay? Now let me let you in on something, okay? Dogs that are awesome retrievers, okay, they're still gregarious and outgoing, okay? But that easy to live with and easy to manage part, that becomes a little bit of a problem. Okay, you see how this dog here, he just kind of walked around that ramp? That's pretty typical for this type of dog because they're always looking for a nice, easy way to do things. Okay? They're always looking for the low energy way to do things. So if this guy wants some attention, kind of what he's going to do naturally is sit down and look at you. Like you rub on him and he'll just kind of lay down, and Maggie is the same way, okay? But guess what? He ain't much of a retriever, okay? And if he was a really good retriever, okay, he wouldn't be so easy to live with. He wouldn't be able to just chill like this and be petted on and loved on by every 80-year-old that comes to see Uncle Stonnie. Look at this, look at this. Look when I pet him. You see that? Now I'm gonna get another kind of dog out and pet him here, you know, at the end of the video, so I can show you the difference. I want you to remember what this looks like. Can you see it, cameraman? Oh, he just loves being loved on. He's such a good baby. That's what he's good for. Friendly, outgoing, easy to train, easy to live with. Not a very good retriever. Maggie, very outgoing, very gregarious, very easy to train, very easy to live with. Not a good retriever, okay? So if you talk to people that are helping you get a dog, or if you talk to your family, right, and you think you're all on the page, but you haven't clearly expressed the whole picture in your brain, somebody's going to be unhappy because some of your expectations aren't going to be met. And the only way to really make sure that everyone is on the same page is for you to take a piece of paper and draw that picture out so that you cover everything that you want to see out of a dog. And then you have the other people in your life that are going to be involved with handling the dog, with being around the dog. You know, you have them also give their input. Then you take the sum of those inputs and you contact a breeder. And you say, hey, I want a dog that's friendly and outgoing. Breeder says check. You say, I want a dog that's easy to train and live with. Breeder says check. You say, I also want a high energy dog that is an awesome retriever. A good breeder that knows their bloodline, they're not going to say check. Does that make sense? Breeders do not want to put dogs in situations where they're not going to win. And it's just that simple. I hear breeders get thrown under the bus a lot because, you know, like somebody has a dog and the dog for whatever reason, oh, get back on here, nerd. And the dog for whatever reason didn't meet their expectations. Okay, you watch this dog do this little drill here. You notice he's not the most coordinated dog in the world. He's not the most bouncy dog when he does it. Okay, so but I don't expect for him to be. He's what we call an English chubby. He's bred to be good looking. He's bred to be loved on. He's bred to have a moderate energy level. He's not bred to retrieve all day. Dogs that are bred to retrieve all day do not look like that. Okay, Maggie, she's awesome. She's not bred to retrieve all day. So, you know, what I'm saying is I really want you to understand. It doesn't have to be about retrievers. Whatever kind of dog you like. If you want to be happy, take that picture in your head, translate it onto onto a piece of paper. Share that piece of paper with the other people that you live with in your life. You know, the other people that you plan on coming in contact with on a regular basis. The other people that are going to share the responsibilities of hanging out with this dog, of your new dog. Okay. And then when everybody's opinion has been taken into account, take that piece of paper and go to a breeder and say, does your bloodline check all these boxes? And if you do that, you're pretty much guaranteed to be successful. Okay? Because remember what I told you, happiness comes from met expectations. And expectations can only be met if everyone involved understands the short and long range goals that lead to the full expression of those expectations. Okay, so I hope this video helped you be happy with your puppy. And if you made a little bit of a mistake, I hope that you can repaint that picture in your head so that you find a way to be happy with the dog you have. All right, I'll see you guys next week.